Wow! Cherry mouthing science facts? Are you planning to take over my job?
Oh, hi, Professor. Why would I take over your job?
You were explaining science facts to Casper, so I was just wondering, dear.
Oh, that! I know that because we did this magnet experiment in school today, Professor. And then our teacher told us that the earth we walk on has iron in it. Sometimes while using the magnet, mine would get stuck with my friend's magnet.
Ever wondered why that happens, Cherry dear?
Why, Professor?
The reason is the magnet. Uh-oh, there I was going to do it again.
What, Professor?
Missing out on inviting all our friends watching us. That's what, Cherry dear. Hey everybody, welcome to Science for Juniors. I am Dr. Oxygen and this cute girl is my assistant Cherry. Now, we were talking about magnets and I suddenly got this brilliant idea. Why don't we experiment making our own magnet and in this process learn about how it works? What say, kids?
Yippee! Another experiment! I'm excited!
Alright then, buckle up kids, the sci-fi ride is about to begin. Let's begin this module with an example from daily life. We all have seen a crane working. Have you ever noticed that it picks up some select junk and dumps it elsewhere? Did you ever wonder why only some select pieces of junk stick to the crane? Well, the answer lies in the world of magnets. So let's find out about it. In this module, we will learn about what are magnets, methods of making magnets, and properties of magnets. Magnets are objects that attract materials like iron, cobalt, and nickel. Magnets have two poles, north and south. Magnets can be both naturally occurring and man-made. Now, if we are given a rectangular iron bar, can we make a magnet out of it? Let's see. Place the rectangular iron bar on a table. Now, take a bar magnet and place one of its poles near one edge of your bar of iron. Without lifting the bar magnet, move it all along the length of your iron bar till the other end. Repeat this process about 30 to 40 times, keeping the direction of motion the same. Now it's testing time. Bring some pins close to this newly made magnet. Voila! The pins get attracted to it. You just made a magnet by rubbing a magnet to the iron in a specific direction. Now, there is another way of making a magnet. That is, by using electric current. Let's see how. Wrap an iron nail with insulated conducting wire. Connect the two free ends of the wire to the two terminals of an electric cell. Now, take this arrangement close to a pile of iron pins. What do you see? The iron nail has become a magnet as it attracts the iron pins. But there is a catch here. As soon as the electric cell is disconnected from the iron nail, it stops being a magnet. It no longer attracts the iron pins. Such magnets are called electromagnets, in which the magnetism is produced and maintained by a flow of electric current. The magnetism here disappears if the flow of current stops. Such electromagnets have huge applications, like in the working of the cranes. When a crane has to pick iron-rich waste, it is made to behave as an electromagnet. As soon as it has to release the iron waste, the electromagnet is switched off. This operation is conducted by the driver in the crane.
That was quite simple and easy, Professor. Anybody can make one.
True. You know, everything is easy. You just need to know the techniques, Cherry dear.
Now I do! Yippee!
Okay, so with the magnet ready, it's time we test out its properties. You guys ready?
Absolutely, Professor.
Take two small toy cars, A and B. Fix a magnet on each car. On car A, keep the south pole of the magnet towards its front. On car B, keep the north pole of the magnet towards its front. Now, place the two cars close to one another, such that opposite poles of the magnets face each other and let go. The two cars move towards each other and collide. This is due to magnetic attraction between the two unlike poles. Now, place the two cars close to each other, one behind the other, such that the similar poles of the magnets face each other and let go. Now we see that the two cars move away from each other. This is due to magnetic repulsion between the two like poles.
Oh, so that's why my magnet was getting stuck with my friend's magnet. The unlike poles were attracting each other.
Smart girl. Now, can you tell me some uses of magnets in our daily life?
Yes, I know one. Magnets in the door of a refrigerator.
You got it right, Cherry. Magnets are extensively used in our daily lives in one form or another. One such use is in the form of a compass.
Compass? Holy moly, Professor! The geometry box compass?
No dear, the direction compass. Magnets serve the purpose of showing us directions. A compass needle or a magnetic compass is based on the directional property of magnets, which is, if a magnet is allowed to move freely, it always comes to rest along the Earth's north-south direction. So how does a magnetic compass use this property of magnets to show us directions? Well, a magnetic compass has a small magnetic needle at its center. This needle can rotate freely and therefore always points in the north-south direction. Notice that different directions, north, south, east and west and so on, are marked on the compass. Now, if I wanted to go southeast, could I just start off in the direction indicated by SE on the compass? Not really. To find a particular direction using a magnetic compass, you have to first rotate it till the north marking coincides with the end of the needle pointing to north. Having done this, now each of the markings on the compass indicate the corresponding directions. Now look at the SE marking. You would be headed the right way.
North, south, east or west. To find out where's my house, direction compass is the best.
Wow! Didn't know you could write jingles as well, Cherry.
I didn't know that myself, Professor. It just happened.
Well, we all have hidden talents we are unaware about. You just found out one of yours. There are some facts about magnets we are still to learn about. Do you know? Magnets are a great scientific discovery, but they come along with a list of precautions we need to keep in mind. To mention a few, if heated, the magnets lose their magnetic properties. Guess fire and magnets don't go hand in hand. Another important thing to keep in mind is never to hammer or drop magnets from a height. Such actions can render the magnet completely useless. Now, here's an interesting yet scary fact about flat magnets. The reverse pole of strong flat magnets should never be clapped together. If for some reason they do get placed face to face, remember never to let your fingers come between them. The reason is that the magnetic attraction between the two poles is so strong that it can end up crushing your fingers. Ow, that's gonna hurt. So, remember kids, magnets can be fun, but handle them with care.
Crush your fingers? Really, Professor? It's that strong?
I'm afraid that's true.
I'll just play with the directional compass.
Kids, there is nothing to be afraid about. You just need to be careful around things. That's all.
I guess so.
Well, that's all we have for today. Come, let's quickly refresh our brain with a quick recap. In this module, we have learnt the following. Magnets attract materials like iron, cobalt, and nickel. Magnets have two poles, north and south. An electromagnet behaves as a magnet as long as an electric current flows through it. Unlike poles of magnets attract each other. Like poles of magnets repel each other. Magnetic compass helps find directions.
Professor, now that we can make our own magnet, are we scientists as well?
Well, if your magnet making experiment is successful, then I guess maybe, why not?
Jerry the scientist!
Kids, hope you enjoyed the sci-fi ride as much as we did today. Science for Juniors will be back again, same time, same place. Till then, keep fueling that curious mind. Bye-bye.